First Alert Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Wade Hampton.
Well, good morning to you on this Thursday. A live look outside. Mostly clear skies across southwest Louisiana. 44 right now downtown Jennings. 40 even at our DeRidder Skycam location. And there is a little bit of a breeze across the area out of an east to northeasterly direction. And that's really the one thing that I think is keeping temperatures from getting cooler than they otherwise would go. And what do I mean by that? Well, let me show you here. 44 is the temperature of the Lake Charles Regional, but the dew point's 40. Normally the temperature would fall all the way down to the dew point, especially as we go into the 6 o'clock hour. But with a wind up between 2 to 8 miles per hour, that's enough to keep temperatures from getting quite as cold. But when you're talking about temperatures cool and a wind, you do have a wind chill, and it feels like 40 outside, so the result is pretty much the same, that it feels cooler than it really is outside. So probably want that light jacket as you're heading out the door this morning. The wind is calm at the Allen Parrish Airport. That's why Oakdale is usually one of the coolest spots. The airport sets a little lower in elevation than some of the surrounding areas. Plus, obviously, that's probably the most rural airport location that we have, which is where all these numbers come from, which is why the temperature is a bit cooler. It's probably one of the top questions I get all the time. Why is Oakdale always much cooler than everyone else? Skies mostly clear for now, but clouds are on the increase to our southwest. Those will be approaching our area later today. Futurecast even tries to show some of that activity in here this morning. I think even if this happens, most of this is high, thin cloud cover and not enough to keep temperatures from warming up with sunshine coming out. So we'll climb upper 50s by lunchtime, topping out in the lower 60s this afternoon. Now, eventually, those clouds will bring a chance for rain, but I don't think that really happens until this evening, and then a few spotty showers will be possible across the area. I can't stress enough. This is going to be light, and it won't amount to a whole lot. But yes, don't be surprised to hear a few raindrops, maybe even a few of those lingering into tomorrow morning. I'll be tracking those on sunrise tomorrow morning for you. High pressure over us now, but it's giving us that easterly wind. It may become more southeasterly later today. Then our attention turns to this weak cold front that'll push in late tomorrow. All that's going to do is bring cool weather back to the area for Saturday. The only question here is, will the clouds clear during the day Saturday? If they don't, it'll actually be cooler during the day, maybe staying in the upper 50s, if not low 60s. But here's the real weather story, and it's a couple of parts here in this. The first issue, ahead of this cold front Sunday, I do think we have a pretty good chance for showers and thunderstorms, and maybe even a risk for strong to severe storms. I'll admit this signal is not quite as strong as it was for Saturday, this past Saturday's event when we had all those tornado warnings in the area. But that's something I'll be watching closely. Obviously, we'll keep you updated on, but I do want to give you the first alert that, yes, I do think at least some storms could be around the area on Sunday. Then, the probably bigger part of this story is the colder air behind this cold front starting early next week. Look at this forecast here on the 10-day. Morning lows likely in the upper 20s. Tuesday and Wednesday morning, probably the two coolest. None of that's out of the norm for us. It is January. It's supposed to be cold this time of year, but certainly it will be the coldest we've seen thus far this season because, again, those numbers are based in Lake Charles, which means areas farther north like Oakdale and the rest of our view here north of I-10 could be in the low to mid 20s Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. But once again, today, plenty of sunshine mixed with some clouds. Chance for rain is going to be coming up this evening. And I'll be watching that severe threat Sunday, too, closely.
Okay. All right. Rhonda's already expressed her
I'm already shivering.
next week's forecast.
I'm not thrilled with it either, for the record.
All right. Very good. Thank you. It's 5:50, and on the Sunrise